Okay, so I ordered these off of Amazon. I think they were around anywhere from $10 to $15 a piece. I ordered two. Again, these are LED. As you can see, there's two wires, self-explanatory, two screws. You will need some rope putty. I have that in my pocket to warm it up. I also threw out, just in case I need it, plumber's putty. That will work as well. There's just going to be one little tiny hole there. The big thing you're going to need is some tools. Yep. That's the first trip. Phillips screwdriver, just in case. Most importantly, now the camera's not going to zoom in on it very well. This is a square bit. Should be a number 2, will be the one that you'll need to get the screws out. The whole entire camper is put together with those. This is the back of Chucky, some wood left over from our last trip. Leveling blocks, and different things here. That garden hose, yeah, that's at the end of its life. I bought that, paid good money for that hose, and it was supposed to be kinkless. Well, as you can see, it is not. So I've been doing some watching YouTube's videos, and I'm going to figure out what kind of hose that most everybody recommends, and that's what I'm going to get. But this hose is history. Not going to use it again. I got one season out of that thing, and all it did was kink all the time. And, well, yeah, you know how that goes. So I'm going to get this set up so you can ride along if you like on this little project. We'll see how it goes. It should be an easy one, but we'll see. But I'm going to take you guys along because you guys are awesome. So let me get the camera set up and we'll get started on this project. All right, so we're going to start off with removing this lens cover. I just used my fingernail. Right off it came, but the video is probably not showing how yellow this thing is. And this is the one with the bulb. The light works fine. There's just no issue with it. The issue I had when I bought replacement covers, that one flew off. It just simply flew off. No idea where it went. So I'm going to replace that again with them LED lights. And of course, this has a sealant, looks like silicone all the way around, which I'm glad it does, but I forgot my razor knife. So I'm going to go and get that, and we're going to get started on this. All right, I am back with a razor knife, cutters, and electrical tape that I forgot I needed. I thought of it the last second. That's in my pocket to get warm because it's 39 degrees here in Northwest Ohio. So a little chilly, but it's my day off from my auto parts store, but I deliver pizza pies tonight. So I thought it's supposed to pour all day tomorrow, and 50 plus mile an hour winds. We're under a high wind watch here in Northwest Ohio, Northeast Indiana as well. So yeah, so let's looking forward to that, by the way. Not so let's get started on this. I'm going to actually loosen these screws first, and then I'll trim the other. All right, that one screw acts like it's not into anything. All right, so here we go. Wasn't going to be easy. trying to be careful so I don't scratch the diamond plate on it. And I forgot a flat screwdriver, so that'll be another trip back in the camper. So I got the cover loose. I just got to pop that off there. And Barb is walking the dog. Say hi, Barb. And that's our dog, Babe, who's, well, she's out to do her business by the looks of it. So let me put this camera back. Trying to get it steady here. There we go. Just trying to cut some of the seal around it without scratching the diamond plate. And there's that putty I was telling you about. I'm trying really hard not to bend that. I can bend that back out because I might use that on another project. So trying to get that out. So there's a piece of metal right there. Trying to get a hold of it. Get that out of the way. Remember, no job is complete unless you're bleeding all over everything. So far, no bloodshed. Okay, there we go. All right, so something you need to keep in mind is when you're doing this is hot. So this still has power to it. For the most part. This still has power. The white is the ground. In this case, the black is hot. I could get my tester out, but if you're not sure, then you can look here and see that the black runs through the switch, the white out of the switch runs here. I'm going to look to see if I can reuse this on the new one. If I can, that will save some work. But you can see the white wire coming out of the rig goes to here, right here, and that is ground. So let me look to see, can we get lucky? No, we cannot. This one is soldered, so we'll snip, and then we'll attach this, and then we'll get it back together. And just remember, this is still hot. All right, So I think what I'm going to do, I got some of these Scotch locks in the camper. So I'm going to run in and I call them Scotch locks. They're quick connect. So I'm going to run in and get these. That's trip number 3, if I can remember right. Numerous trips to the camper to get things. You know how it goes. All right, I'm back, and you can get these at most parts stores. I work at a parts store, so I just buy a big box because I'm always constantly piddling around with the camper, doing updates and stuff. So I just go ahead and just buy. I just buy them by the box. All right, so this is prepped so you could twist. We're not going to do that. So we're going to cut these off. Whoop, that one shot like a bullet. Did I bring my pliers? Well, they're not much of a plier, but it might work. Might help if I bring the pliers with me. And these just slide in, especially when you're doing it like this. If you got a wire that you're not cutting, you can still slip across. I really need a different type of pliers for this little project, but we're making it work. We're keeping it real. Okay, one down. This one is the one that is hot. So make sure that is not going to hit anything, because if it hits trip number 2 to the ground, if that hits metal, it's going to short out and it's going to kick the fuse. It's going to blow the fuse is what it's going to do. So I'm going to do that. Oh, and again, I didn't bring my pliers along. Or must have got something. She was on her way to work, or she'd be in this video. All right, the moment of truth here. Okay, so we're good. I normally go ahead and put electrical tape around those when I do them. Got right here in my pocket, trying to warm it up some because it is cold here in Northwest Ohio. This just kind of protects it a little bit. These are designed where you don't have to, but I go ahead and do it anyway, just to err on the side of caution. Normally electrical tape tears a little easy, but we're doing it out in the cold. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow here in Northwest Ohio, but we're going to get a bunch of rain and a whole bunch of wind. At least it's not snow, because I don't have to shovel rain. I may have to wade in the water, but I don't have to shovel it. All right, so we tape that up. Let's double check it. Okay, we're good. All right, so try to scrape some of that off with this Phillips screwdriver, because somebody keeps forgetting to get his flat screwdriver when he's inside. You really should do this on a warm day, not a cold day. You should do it like that. That'll be okay. All right. So, all right. Sometimes you can reuse this, but this is kind of cold. So where did I put that? It's in my pocket. So I kind of warmed this up a little bit, and you can get this stuff. I got this at Ace Hardware, is where I bought this at. It's not bad on the price for it. So I tend to really overkill when I'm doing this stuff like this. I'm going to come back and trim this afterwards. That's going over the screw hole. And this stuff actually you can tear relatively easy. Put that over here. I'm going to try to shoot for the middle, so I'm going to overkill this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm shooting for the middle because I definitely want to try to seal that up as best as we can. You don't want water to get into your rig any way, shape, or form. So let's get the screws. You really should not use impact unless you're really familiar with it. You don't want to over tighten it. You don't want to break it by any means. So a little bit of that putty seeped out, which is a good thing. We like that. So I'm just going to leave it kind of tucked around. This sealed up pretty good to that silicone that they had around there on the other, and when it warms up I will do that as just an extra measure to it, but I got everything sealed up so I don't have to worry about it leaking. Now the $1 million question is, which way does this go? So let's look at this one. Okay, the 2 goes up to the top. All right, so it is in. Let me bring you guys up to it. I'll show you what we did. So there's that little silicone from the original one. This sealed up pretty close to it. I do have putty around that big hole in there where the wires originally came through, and where the 2 screws and then the other screws are fine as well. So when it warms up, I will come along with some silicone. I might try to do that yet today. But yeah, everything looks good. A little silicone around that. And there you have it. And that one is done. So I'm going to take a little break. By that I mean I got to get a drink. And we'll start the other one, which should be a whole lot easier because we don't have to worry too much about leaks because it's on the skirt of the camper.